Good morning class. Today's lectures we discuss about there is a point law of parallelograms of vectors. Okay. So already previously lectures we discuss about triangle law of vector addition, some vectors types, what is meant by scalar. These are already discussed in previous lectures. So law of parallelograms is basically related to the geometrical method of adding two vectors. It's called parallelograms law of vectors because in this vector there are divided two triangles, create two triangles. See here in this diagram OACB, this is a parallelograms and this is a diagonal. This diagonal is represented as a r bar is equals to p bar plus q bar. Why p bar plus q bar? Because this is a p bar and this is a q bar, and this p bar, so that's why this is also p bar and this also q bar. Okay, so this is the parallelograms, and it divided two triangles. One triangle is OBC and another one is OAC, and we draw one perpendicular lines from point C to D on OA axis, and we introduce new point. That point is a D. Okay, so if two vectors of the same type originating from the same points are represented in magnitude and directions by two adjacent sides of parallelograms, so their resultant vector is given in a magnitude and directions by the diagonal of the parallelogram starting from same point according to this figure. It means this OC is a diagonal of that all parallelograms, and OA is represented as a P bar, AC is represented as a Q bar, same OB, Q bar and BC is a P bar. And according to the resultant vector or additions of two vectors, see here P bar and Q bar, so that's why P bar plus Q bar is represented as a R bar. P bar plus Q bar is represented as a R bar. Okay, so here is the angle theta. This is small angle alpha, this is small angle beta, and total angle is also theta. Okay, so now we discuss about the law of parallelograms for what? For finding the magnitude of R, to find the magnitude of R, to find magnitude of R bar. So how to find the magnitude of R bar? Here we use Pythagoras theorems, and you know what is Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem is basically related to right angle triangle. So here we consider one right angle triangles. Which right angle triangles? See, one right angle triangles is in right angle triangle ODC. In a right angle triangle ODC, which OD and C. So according to these triangles, we write, see here, ODC, and Pythagoras theorem is what? First side square plus second side square is equals to diagonal square. Okay, so here we write OC square is equals to OC square is equals to first side is OD square plus DC square, OD square plus DC square. After that, now OD is what? OD is extended. OD is OA plus AD. So this is equation number first. So now OD is equals to OA plus AD. OA plus AD. Now put OD in equation 1. Put value of OD in equation number first. We have, now this is equation number first. Now if we put this value in equations 1, then we get OD OC square is equals to, instead of OD we substitute this value, OA plus AD bracket square plus DC square. Okay, then we apply A plus B bracket square formula. OC square is equals to OA square plus 2OA AD plus AD square plus DC square. You know what is the formula of A plus B bracket square? Here I write formula, that is A plus B bracket square is equals to A square plus 2AB plus B square. So this is the formula. Now this formula we use here and find this value. So after that we use some triangles because of finding the value of these terms OA, OC, AD and so many terms. Okay, but in right angles ADC, see here, now I write these equations. This is equation number 2 in general format. OC square is equals to OA square plus 2OA AD plus AD square plus DC square. Now this is equation number 3. Now two entries same as it is, but I remove this just bracket of these equations. Then see, now we consider another triangle. Consider triangle ADC. Those are given in your diagram. See here, ADC. This is also right angle triangle because this is perpendicular to that lines, and we find against use Pythagoras theorems. Okay, here I write one in right angle triangles ODC. Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem apply on it. Then what we have? Consider triangles ADC. Now we consider another triangles ADC. There is what? AC is diagonal, so AC square is equals to AD square plus DC square. First side square plus second side square. So now this is equation number 4. See here. Here is AD plus DC square. Here is AD plus DC square. So now instead of this, we substitute this value. So we get OC square is equals to OA square plus 2OA into AD plus AC square. Okay, so this is equation number 5. So instead of this, we substitute this value AC and we get these equations. But you know, according to our diagram, OC is equals to what? OC is equals to R. OA is equals to what? OA is equals to P bar. AD don't know. So first we find AD. Then AC is what? AC is again AC is equals to Q bar. Okay. So first we find the value of AC. So, AD. So how to find value of AD? So now in triangle ADC, what? Cos theta is equals to AD upon DC. AD upon cos theta is equals to AD upon AC. Why? Because see these diagrams again. I represent this diagram to you. See this. Here we consider ADC, and you know what is theta. So here is a cos theta. So theta is cos theta. If you write cos theta, then it can be represented as a adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So that's why here we use cos theta is equals to AD upon AC. So using these relations, we find out the values of AD. Okay. So therefore AD is equals to, now this AC goes to this side, then it will be multiplied. So AC cos theta. Okay. But according to definition, AC is equals to Q. So AD is equals to Q cos theta. Then equations, which equations? See, this equation number 5. Okay, now equations 5 becomes as all these values substituted in these equations, then we get OC means what? That is R square plus OA means what? P square. R square is equals to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Value of AD is Q cos theta. So just put here AD is a Q cos theta instead of this, and we get simply equations R square is equals to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. After that, if value of R square is this, then you write R is equals to under root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. So this is equation number next 6. So now equation 6 shows that the magnitude of resultant vector R bar. Equation 6 shows that the magnitude of resultant vector R bar. Okay, so now we find the directions of resultant vector R bar. So what we find now? We find directions of resultant vector R bar. To find directions of resultant vector R bar. So how to find directions of resultant vector R bar? It's simply using another triangles. In triangle ODC, where is triangles ODC? See these triangles again. See here. ODC, total right angle triangle, choose for finding alpha and beta. Okay, so how to find? Here we use tan alpha. Why? Because here the angle is alpha according to this, and you know tan alpha is what? Opposite side upon adjacent side. So using this we find the value of tan alpha. See here. So tan alpha is equals to DC upon OD. But do you know OD is divided into two parts? OD is equals to OA plus AD. Okay, so from angle, this same angle, that find out the value of sin theta is what? Sin theta is equals to DC upon AC. Okay, according to these angles, right angle triangles ADC. Using these angles ADC, we find sin theta. Here we find the cos theta. Same like here we find sin theta. Sin theta is equals to, for a triangle, in triangle ADC. Okay, sin theta is equals to DC upon AC. Now using these relations we find value of tan alpha. So how to find value of tan alpha? Sin theta DC is equals to what? AC sin theta. AC sin theta. But do you know what is AC? AC is a Q. So we add as a Q sin theta. Then equation tan alpha becomes, so therefore tan alpha is equals to, value of DC is what? Q sin theta. And OA is what? OA is again P according to our diagrams, and AD is what? C, you already find here, so we call it, that is A. Okay, so AD is what? AD is equals to Q cos theta. Now just put out this value here. So Q cos theta. So now we get what? Value of tan alpha. Okay, so after that we find value of alpha, because this angle, this is value of tan alpha. So we find alpha is equals to tan inverse of, just taking the inverse of this, then we get tan inverse of q sin theta upon p plus q cos theta. So this is the value of alpha is equal to tan inverse of q sin theta p plus q cos theta. Okay, then we find similarly value of beta. So how to find? And this basically this equation is shows that gives the directions of resultant vector r bar. So now this is equation number, we get 7 number. This equation shows that directions of resultant vector q bar, directions of resultant vector r bar. Okay, similarly we find value of beta. So how to find value of beta? Let us see. This is the value of alpha, and beta is same as it is, but vice versa technique is used here, because according to our diagram, see this diagram clearly, here is beta and directions is opposite. If you consider these total triangles, then we find value of beta. So how to find value of beta? See here. So now beta is equals to same tan inverse of, instead of q is p sin theta and q plus p cos theta. This is again shows the opposite directions of resultant vector r bar. Okay, so this is the total points of law of parallelograms of vectors. What you studied in this? See here. First, we will draw the one diagrams, law of parallelograms diagrams. So this is parallelograms, and draw one perpendicular line from this, and two angles alpha beta, total angle is theta, and one right angle triangle, that is theta. After that we find out the magnitude r bar. So how to find the magnitude of r bar? Using Pythagoras theorem. Here we apply Pythagoras theorems on it. If you apply Pythagoras theorem, then we get these equations. After that, you know total OD is what? OA plus AD. Then this value put in these equations. After that we get these equations, we sort out them, and here we using another triangle, that is ADC. We use another triangles ADC. This ADC triangle we use, and again here we apply Pythagoras theorems and we get the values. Then we find some values related to cos theta. Then we find the magnitude of that resultant vectors. So now this equation is represented as what? It is the magnitude of resultant vectors. Okay, so then to find the directions of resultant vector, how to find the directions of resultant vector? Again we use that right angle triangles and takes few angles alpha and theta. After that we find value of alpha for tan inverse of this, and beta is same, but instead of q here we write p because of directions, and instead of this opposite q plus p. Okay, now we go to the next point. The name of the point is the resolutions of vector. Resolutions means separations of vector, we call it, that is a separations of vector, resolutions of vector. Resolutions of vector. What is meant by resolutions of vectors? A vector can be written as sum of two or more vectors. How to write this vector? A vector can be written as sum of two or more vectors. A vector can be written as sum of two or more vectors along certain fixed directions. Okay, so here we represent one vectors. V bar can be represented as V bar is equals to V1 alpha cap plus V2 beta cap plus V3 gamma cap. So what is alpha beta? Now here this V is split into three parts: V1, V2 and V3, and I not write here bar because of here is a unit vectors. Okay, this V1 is with some unit vector. If any one quantity with some unit vector, then you don't write a bar. Okay, so V1 into alpha, V2 into beta, V3 into gamma. So what is alpha, beta, gamma? So now alpha, beta and gamma are the unit vectors, along the directions V1, V2, V3. Along the directions V1, V2 and V3. Okay, then V1 along the three direction, that is what it means what V along the three direction, which alpha, beta and gamma, and the process of splitting a given vector into its component is called as a resolutions of vector. The process of splitting, what is the definitions of actual resolutions of vectors? It means the process of splitting a given vector into its component is called resolutions of vector. It's called resolutions of vector. It's called what? Resolutions of vectors. Okay, so now here is one of the diagrams of the resolutions of vector. How to represent the resolutions of vector? I draw one the diagrams of resolutions of vector. See here, this is two axes. One of them is a y and this is x axis. This is y axis, this is x axis. Okay, then I draw one perpendicular line from y to that axis here also, and I draw one diagonal here. Okay, so name is, I given names O, A, C and B, and this is R bar. Here right angle triangles, here also right angle triangles, here some angle is a theta. Okay, and this is R bar. Okay, so this is what resolutions of vector. How to split these vectors? That the name of that figure is what? That is resolutions of vector. Okay, so let us see this diagram to find out its consideration. This OC is represented as a R bar. OA is represented as a one of the terminal, that is Rx, because of x directions, and this OB is represented as a RY. Okay, so now here R bar is represented as what? That is OC bar. One of the angles is theta. Okay, here is right angle triangles, here is right angle triangles. The directions of that vector, see, this is the directions of that vector, this is one of the directions, and another one is this. Okay, so after that the explanations of this diagram we will continue in next lecture.